What are 3 key elements of a great sprint review? Love it. Great question. Oh, I don't know if I can distill it down to 3, but I'll give it a go. So the sprint review is not only a demonstration of what the team's achieved over the last sprint, but really a celebration of that work and an opportunity to get feedback on the product. What I really want from a good sprint review is that the team will come in and they'll say, we thought we could do this much work. In fact, we only got this much done because some stuff went wrong. Maybe it didn't, in which case it's an easy conversation, but often things change. We thought we could do this, we actually got this much done. This difference is because of these reasons. It's not a time to whinge, it's just a time to let the stakeholders know things aren't perfect in the organisation. Maybe those stakeholders can give you a hand. The servers have gone down again. We're always fixing them. Maybe the stakeholders aren't aware of those problems and they can get involved and help you get better servers to work on. Maybe it's an organisational problem in decision making and things like that. We thought we'd get a decision, we didn't get that decision. Can you give us a hand? It's an opportunity to talk about the wider picture with your stakeholders. Once you've done that, show them what you've made. I love it when teams are confident enough to give the stakeholders the reins and say, you know what, we've told you what we've done, give it a go. We're not going to show you. Try it. Play around with the product. See if it does what you want it to do and how you want it to work. And through that, we're going to initiate a really good conversation. What do they like? What could be improved? What could be different? How do they see the product changing in the future? New items are going to pop up. Backlog items that already exist are going to change. Orders are going to shift in this conversation. That's good. That conversation is absolutely vital. You get a better product if you go down this route. Once we've done that, we're going to talk about where we're going next. So it looks like the next sprint looks kind of like this. Stakeholders, do you think that's a good direction? Are you on board with that? Or can you see something, maybe a different opportunity to go after, or you're aware of something organisationally that's going to cause us problems if we take the course we intend to? Okay. And longer term, the forecasting out. It looks like the rate we're getting to, we'll get that release shipped around this sprint time. 3-4 sprints from now, it looks like we'll be good if we keep going. And you can have the conversation there and then about, is that good enough? If maybe 4 sprints is too late and the stakeholders need it in 2, what are the opportunities? What are the options available to the team to help? What are the things that those stakeholders, again, can do to help accelerate that team? Are there some things in the backlog that actually on reflection can be moved away? Or are there some organisational changes, the big ticket items that teams very often struggle to influence, but the stakeholders often own? Maybe some of those things could be changed. So that's what we're looking for in a sprint review. So I suppose if I was going to give you 3 things, the first thing is that discussion about the difference, what we thought we could do and what we actually achieved. So in that discussion, are the stakeholders engaging? Are they looking for ways to help you? Really bring it to life. Make it mean something to them. Don't whine. Execs they're not interested in that. You're paid to do a job, you're doing the job, it's hard, they know that. But actually letting them know, this thing happened, it took 3-4 days to resolve for us. Okay? If it didn't happen, you would have more stuff. Can you help us? We've tried our best and we still can't resolve it. It's been a few sprints. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. Okay? But at least they know that it's the organisational issues that are now causing you issues, not interpersonal issues, not team issues. So number 1, have a really good conversation about what you intended to do and what you actually achieved and why there may be a difference. Number 2, have a conversation, have feedback on the product. It's not just a demo. One of the real red flags I have with teams is when they say, we have a demo, we have a show and tell. That's one directional. This isn't. This is a bi-directional. This is a conversation. You really want that. A deep conversation about where the product is today, what it looks like and where it could be going. Okay? An opportunity to inspect and adapt your product. Make it better. So you really want to invite that conversation, work with your stakeholders, help them understand that's necessary. for the creation of a great product. Okay? If they're coming from a traditional background, they may well be used to just seeing it and going, yes, I like that, and moving on. We don't want that. We want them to be invested. We want to hear their ideas, their thinking. They're smart, passionate people as well who have great ideas. Maybe those ideas could improve our product. Invite the conversation about what the product looks like today and where we're taking it next. And finally, have that governance discussion. Are we going in the right direction? Do these things, the bigger ticket items, you may be looking at more the capabilities or themes or epics or whatever you want to call it level, the bigger items on your backlog or the collections of items on your backlog, are we approaching this in the order that makes sense for you as the stakeholders, for you as an organisation? So the three things boil down to having good conversations. Okay? At the start, talk about how you got here. In the middle, talk about what you've done. And at the end, where you're going. But throughout, a great sprint review is going to be an ongoing, informal conversation. And that, for me, would be the best thing to have in a sprint review. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.